For years, Sister Wives viewers have watched Kody Brown defend his choices, stand firm in his favoritism toward Robyn, and often dismiss the pain of his other wives. But in a jaw-dropping turn of events, the Brown family patriarch finally lowered his guard and admitted what many never thought they'd hear him say: "I was wrong." In an emotional moment that stunned both his ex-wives and the audience, Kody openly apologized to Christine, Meri, and Janelle for the hurt he caused, marking what could be the most unexpected chapter yet in the ongoing saga of heartbreak, betrayal, and redemption. Fans who once accused him of arrogance were left speechless as Kody confronted his past with raw honesty, leaving everyone wondering, could this apology truly heal old wounds, or is it just another act in a family story too fractured to repair? In an unprecedented turn of events that has left #SisterWives fans across the globe reeling, Kody Brown, the patriarch at the center of one of reality television's most scrutinized families, finally issued a heartfelt apology to three of his former wives, Christine, Meri, and Janelle. For over a decade, viewers have watched as tensions, misunderstandings, and the intricate dynamics of plural marriage played out in front of the cameras. Kody, often criticized for his decisions, his perceived favoritism, and his insistence on controlling the narrative of his family, stunned audiences when he broke his long-standing silence and openly admitted his mistakes. The revelation came during an emotionally charged episode that began with a tense conversation among the family members. Fans had speculated for months about whether Kody would ever confront the personal grievances he held with Christine, Meri, and Janelle. Tension in the Brown household, already palpable from past seasons, seemed to reach a boiling point as Kody sat down with his former spouses, looking more contemplative and subdued than viewers had ever seen him. Cameras captured the rare vulnerability in his expression, the lines of worry etched into his face as he chose to voice what so many had long suspected but never heard from him directly. Kody's apology was not a fleeting acknowledgement but a measured and deliberate confrontation with his past actions. He expressed regret for decisions that had caused pain, acknowledged moments of selfishness, and admitted to failing in ways that had impacted his relationships with Christine, Meri, and Janelle. The words, "I was wrong," carried weight not only because of the rarity of his candor but because they represented a crack in the stoic exterior Kody had long maintained. For fans who had criticized him for being emotionally distant or evasive, this moment was nothing short of a revelation. Social media exploded as clips of the episode went viral, with viewers sharing their reactions, ranging from shock to cautious optimism that perhaps the Brown family might begin to heal long-standing wounds. Christine, whose relationship with Kody had been fraught with tension and public scrutiny, seemed visibly moved. Her initial wariness gave way to a tentative acknowledgement of his apology, reflecting the complex emotions of someone who had endured years of disappointment and heartache. Meri, known for her resilience yet often portrayed as the most quietly suffering of the wives, displayed a mixture of relief and disbelief. Meanwhile, Janelle, whose presence has always been a balancing force in the family dynamic, met Kody's words with measured skepticism, a reminder that trust is not restored with a simple statement but must be rebuilt over time. The episode delved deep into the history of the Brown family, revisiting moments that fans had long debated on social media forums and fan pages. Kody's acknowledgement of past errors was not limited to abstract admissions. He specifically referenced incidents and decisions that had caused lasting emotional strain. By naming the ways in which he had fallen short, Kody added an unprecedented layer of accountability to a reality show often characterized by drama and spectacle rather than sincere reconciliation. Throughout the season, viewers have seen the aftermath of Kody's decision-making play out in a way that has challenged the conventional narratives of reality television. Plural marriage, already a topic that invites public curiosity and judgment, has been presented not only as a lifestyle choice but as a web of interpersonal dynamics fraught with challenges, expectations, and emotional consequences. Kody's apology, therefore, was more than a personal moment. It was a cultural moment that sparked discussions about accountability, forgiveness, and the capacity for personal growth, even within the most public of family structures. Fans have responded to this development with a mixture of hope and skepticism. Some express optimism that this could signal a new chapter of transparency and healing, while others question whether the apology is a genuine turning point or simply another moment in the ongoing saga of a family under the public eye. Yet, regardless of interpretation, the episode has undeniably altered the narrative of #sisterwives, positioning Kody in a light rarely seen on the series: introspective, vulnerable, and willing to face the consequences of his past actions. Critics and entertainment commentators alike have weighed in, noting that the apology marks a departure from Kody's previously unyielding demeanor. Historically, Kody has been depicted as a man who prioritizes family structure and the preservation of plural marriage above the individual emotional needs of his wives. This public admission of fault challenges that perception, offering fans a glimpse into the complexity of his personality, a mixture of stubbornness, devotion, and now humility. As discussions continue across social media platforms, many fans have focused on the emotional impact of the apology. Clips of the episode have sparked conversations about forgiveness, personal growth, and the challenges of reconciling past hurt in relationships that are as unconventional as they are highly publicized. Some viewers have expressed admiration for the courage it took to admit wrongdoing in front of cameras, arguing that the act could set an example for others navigating complex family dynamics in the modern age. Others remain cautious, emphasizing that words must be matched with actions if true reconciliation is to occur. The episode also shed light on the intricate power dynamics that have long defined the Brown household. By taking responsibility, Kody disrupted the pattern in which he was often perceived as the unquestioned decision-maker. His apology created a rare moment in which the wives could respond without fear of reprisal or manipulation, highlighting the emotional labor and resilience required to navigate relationships within such an unconventional family structure. For fans who have followed the series for years, the moment was a reminder that even in reality television, where drama often dominates, authentic human emotion can still shine through. The ripple effect of this apology extends beyond the immediate family circle. Viewers have been reflecting on their own expectations of accountability, the role of apologies in mending fractured relationships, and the challenges of maintaining integrity while living life under constant public scrutiny. Kody's admission, therefore, is not merely a personal milestone but a cultural talking point, inviting audiences to consider broader questions about forgiveness, emotional honesty, and the consequences of our choices on those we love. As the episode concluded, the cameras lingered on each family member's reaction, capturing subtle expressions of relief, contemplation, and cautious optimism. Tension, once palpable, seemed to shift, if only slightly, toward the possibility of healing. While it is unlikely that years of accumulated pain and misunderstanding can be undone overnight, the public acknowledgement of wrongdoing represents a step in the right direction. For Christine, Meri, and Janelle, the apology may serve as a starting point for dialogue, closure, and perhaps even renewed respect among the family members. For fans of #sisterwives, this moment will be remembered as one of the most significant in the series' history. Kody Brown's willingness to admit his faults challenges long-standing perceptions, offering viewers a rare glimpse into the internal struggle of a man often portrayed as controlling yet undeniably human. The words "I was wrong" have reverberated far beyond the walls of the Brown household, sparking conversations, debates, and reflections on accountability, forgiveness, and the complexities of familial love. As the series continues to unfold, the impact of Kody's apology is likely to be felt in both the immediate narrative and the broader discourse surrounding the show. Fans will watch closely, analyzing his actions, his words, and the ways in which Christine, Meri, and Janelle choose to respond. In a world where reality television often prioritizes conflict and spectacle, moments of sincere vulnerability such as this stand out, reminding viewers that even in the most public of lives, personal growth and redemption are possible. Kody's public admission of fault may also influence how the show is perceived by critics, potentially shifting the narrative from a simple portrayal of unconventional family dynamics to a more nuanced exploration of accountability, resilience, and the human capacity for change. As audiences continue to dissect every word, gesture, and reaction, one thing is clear: the conversation surrounding #sisterwives will never be the same. The apology has already ignited debates on social media, with fans dissecting the sincerity of Kody's words, speculating on the long-term effects on his relationships, and reflecting on their own experiences with forgiveness. Hashtags related to the episode trended almost immediately, and discussion forums are flooded with theories about what this could mean for future seasons. Some fans express hope that this could mark a new era for the Brown family, where honesty and emotional transparency take precedence over drama and manipulation. Others caution that the wounds of the past may not be so easily healed, emphasizing that forgiveness is a journey, not a single statement. As viewers continue to process this shocking development, one thing remains certain. Kody Brown's apology to Christine, Meri, and Janelle has transformed the narrative of #sisterwives, injecting a level of emotional depth and authenticity that few could have predicted. By openly admitting he was wrong, Kody has invited the audience to witness a side of him rarely seen, a man grappling with his own shortcomings, seeking reconciliation, and perhaps striving for a deeper understanding of love, family, and the consequences of his actions. In a shocking and unprecedented moment on Sister Wives, Kody Brown, the longtime patriarch of one of reality television's most scrutinized families, finally broke his silence and issued a heartfelt apology to his former wives, Christine, Meri, and Janelle. For years, audiences have watched the complex dynamics of the Brown family unfold, often witnessing tension, conflict, and public disagreements that expose the emotional undercurrents of plural marriage. Kody, who has long been criticized for perceived favoritism, controlling tendencies, and a lack of emotional transparency, stunned fans by stepping forward to confront his past actions and openly admit the mistakes that had affected the women he once vowed to share his life with. The apology came during an episode that many are calling the most emotionally charged in the series' history. Cameras captured a side of Kody rarely seen, a man weighed down by guilt, uncertainty, and a desire for reconciliation. His words were deliberate, carefully chosen, and carried a vulnerability that few could have predicted from a figure often portrayed as authoritative and unyielding. The phrase, "I was wrong," reverberated not only through the walls of the Brown household but also through living rooms around the world, sparking a whirlwind of reactions from fans and critics alike. Christine, whose relationship with Kody has long been a focal point of tension on the show, appeared visibly moved by his words. The cameras lingered on her face as a mix of surprise, caution, and tentative relief crossed her features. Viewers who had followed her journey from the early days of their marriage to the public fallout over the years recognized the significance of this moment. Meri, often portrayed as the quietly suffering wife, showed a blend of disbelief and guarded optimism, reflecting the complexity of her experiences and the resilience she had cultivated over time. Janelle, the voice of balance within the family, met Kody's apology with measured consideration, a reminder that forgiveness is rarely instantaneous and must be earned through consistent action. This moment was not merely a fleeting expression of regret but a deliberate acknowledgement of past wrongs, including decisions that had created tension, pain, and long-lasting emotional scars. Kody addressed specific incidents that had affected the women, highlighting the ways in which his choices had failed to honor their feelings or respect their autonomy. By openly recognizing his shortcomings, he disrupted the narrative many had come to expect, that of a man prioritizing the structure of plural marriage over the emotional well-being of those closest to him. Fans responded to the episode with an intense mixture of shock, admiration, and cautious skepticism. Social media platforms were inundated with reactions, with hashtags related to the apology trending almost immediately. Viewers debated whether this moment represented true personal growth or a strategic move within the ongoing drama of reality television. Some praised Kody for his courage and honesty, arguing that the act of public acknowledgement, especially in a family as publicly scrutinized as the Browns, required a rare form of bravery. Others questioned whether words alone could bridge the emotional distance that had developed over years of complex interactions. The apology also highlighted the intricate dynamics that have long defined the Brown family. For years, audiences have witnessed the challenges inherent in plural marriage, from negotiating personal space and attention to navigating public perception and media scrutiny. Kody's admission created a shift in these dynamics, momentarily leveling the emotional playing field and allowing the wives to respond without fear of retaliation or manipulation. It was a rare instance in which the power structures within the household were unsettled, replaced by vulnerability, acknowledgement, and a tentative openness to dialogue. Entertainment commentators and reality TV critics noted the significance of this moment, emphasizing how it departs from Kody's historical image as a man who prioritized family cohesion over individual emotional needs. In previous seasons, his decisions often sparked controversy and left fans questioning whether his intentions were driven by duty, control, or genuine concern. This public apology suggested a willingness to confront not only the consequences of his actions but also the ways in which his behavior may have inadvertently caused harm, a step toward accountability rarely witnessed in the genre. Throughout the episode, viewers were reminded of the history and context that make this apology so impactful. The Brown family's journey, filled with love, conflict, and intricate personal dynamics, has been laid bare over multiple seasons. Kody's choice to finally address his former wife's grievances underscores the emotional complexity of relationships that exist under the dual pressures of personal commitment and public scrutiny. By choosing to speak directly to Christine, Meri, and Janelle, he acknowledged not only his role in past conflicts but also the courage and resilience they have shown throughout the years. The emotional resonance of the moment extended beyond the immediate family, prompting fans to reflect on broader themes of forgiveness, accountability, and the challenges of repairing damaged relationships. For many viewers, the apology became a mirror through which they considered their own experiences with regret and reconciliation. Social media discussions reflected a wide spectrum of opinion, from admiration for Kody's vulnerability to critical analysis of the potential motivations behind the apology. In a world where reality television often emphasizes drama and spectacle, moments of genuine emotional introspection like this stand out as rare and profoundly human. Kody's admission also sparked speculation about the future of the Brown family and the trajectory of Sister Wives as a series. Would this apology lead to tangible changes in how he interacts with Christine, Meri, and Janelle? Could it pave the way for healing, or would it simply serve as another chapter in the ongoing saga of familial tension? Fans and commentators alike are watching closely, analyzing every gesture, expression, and word for clues about the sincerity and long-term impact of Kody's actions. The episode, and Kody's apology in particular, has challenged the way viewers understand the emotional landscape of the Brown family. Historically, Kody's image has been one of authority, control, and adherence to the structure of plural marriage, sometimes at the expense of individual emotional needs. By admitting fault, Kody disrupted that perception, revealing a side of himself that is reflective, vulnerable, and willing to confront difficult truths. This moment not only reshapes the narrative of the show but also invites viewers to consider broader questions about accountability, growth, and the complexities